Guys, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to make this cute little bag that says Happy Hallowine by Parker on the Porch. It's a cute little bag. It has opening right here, and then I made one. It comes with this cute little design on the front. I made another one with nothing. You can just skip that step and just make like a cute little bag as well. These are both the 6x10 size. The 6x10 size fits things like this. This is Bath and Body hand soap, so you would just tie a little thing around here. And I know it says Happy Hallowine, so you're probably going to want to put wine in this one. You could do it fits like wine coolers if you want this size. Again, 6x10 would do. You could just cinch it up right here and cute. Another idea for this, if you're using this design, I think it would be cute to go ahead and add chocolates inside of here, like just a bag of like yummy chocolates or something, and then do like a little gift card hanging off of the front for a liquor store. That would be kind of fun. This is a really cute size. I like the size a lot. Okay, so then this one I made without the detail on the front, so you could put like a hand sanitizer or something in here that is not wine. Okay, so it's super cute for that. I didn't do it, but you also could put like, you know, a felty design on the front. Parker on the Porch has these cute little pumpkins and ghosts, and the new cute foam ghosts and stuff you could put on the front of here, or that coffin would look cute on here. So go check out some of those designs. If you just merge it with this, that would look super cute too. Okay, so this is the 6x10 size. This outside fabric is Riley Blake. This is just felt. I go through it as I go. This one, you can see, I show you in a second how you do this. This one has a different liner fabric than the outside fabric, and this one has the same fabric all the way on the inside and the outside. Okay, so I will jump into the differences between those in a quick second, but these turn out super cute, and I can't wait to see what you make. Okay, I'm going to move on and talk about fabric prepping for these bags. There's a couple options like I showed you. You have the option where all the inside fabric of the bag and the outside fabric of the bag are exactly the same. The way you would prep that fabric is you would have one sheet for a liner, okay? You would have another sheet for the outside of your bag, okay? And I prep this. This is just woven, and the liner part, I don't put anything on. I just iron it. The outside of the bag part, I go ahead and prep it with one sheet of medium weight fusible interfacing. So this already has that on there, okay? So whatever interfacing you prefer to use, you can go ahead and put it on there. Or if you don't want to put any on, you don't have to on this bag. There is some detail stitching on the front that might pucker a little if you don't have your fabric thick enough, but that's a preference. So you have one sheet of that, okay? And then for the outside of the bag and the liner, which goes on the back, that one, I just double the fabric. Oops, I told the wrong side. I just doubled the fabric, okay, like that. So I just measure for this, I double it. I get a clean edge right here. That's going to give you the clean edge. So part of this is going to be the outside of your bag, and part of this is going to be the inside liner, okay? And I just put one sheet, which I'm going to have to re-iron because I just pulled it off, but one sheet of interfacing. This is medium weight interfacing here as well, and I just iron it on one side, okay? That's my iron beeping, so I guess it's ready to iron again. So I'll iron this again. So this is one way if you're going to use the outside and the liner all the same. This is one way to prep for the bag, okay? The other way, the one that has a different liner than the outside of your bag, the way I prep that is I go ahead and I get an outside piece of fabric and I put medium weight interfacing on it. and then I pick a liner. This is just a woven liner, okay? Then you would put the two together, right sides together like this, okay? If you have a sewing machine, I think the sewing machine's the quickest way to do it because all you are is stitching one line across. So if you have a sewing machine, stitch one line across and then you end up with this. You get a clean edge and they're sewn together. It's just one line, okay? And then you have a clean edge. There's the outside, there's the inside, okay? So if you don't have a sewing machine, there is a line file. You would load that file first in your PDF. It just says line. You would add that in. You would put your, I would put tear away because you're just gonna tear it off. And then it will stitch one line as a placement. You will put this fabric right sides together like this. You'd put the fabric right over the line and then it's going to stitch one line for you on the embroidery machine, putting these two together, and then you would end up with this. The other option you can do if you don't want to do either of those options, you could use something like hem tape, or you could use this fabric fuse tape, and you could honestly just go ahead and put a piece across here, and then you would put the two pieces together and make sure they adhere and then fold them over. So there's lots of different options you can choose to make a bag where the liner is different than the outside. But I just wanted to show you that's how you would prep the different fabrics. And so for this bag, you would have one that is together like this, and then you would have one liner by itself, and then you'd have one outside piece by itself. So this is the two amounts of fabric that you would need depending on which way you're going. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how to stitch it. Okay, you can see I have the design file loaded. I am running a Baby Lock Meridian if you're curious. I have one sheet of cutaway loaded onto my hoop. I'm going to go ahead and stitch the placement and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, this is what the placement looks like right here. That was stitch one, step one. So then you're going to go ahead and take your fabric. This is the fabric that you have the interfacing on. This is going to be the front of your bag. So whatever fabric you want your front of your bag to be, I went ahead, you're going to go ahead and line it up however you want. Just make sure you're over all the placements and then go ahead and stitch the very next step, which is step 2. It's going to tack your fabric down. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It went ahead and tacked it down. Now it's going to do the placement for the front detail. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch that next. I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Guys, there's the detail right there. That's your placement. Go ahead and get a big enough piece of fabric to go over that. I'm using felt. You can use woven fabric. You could use vinyl if you want to cut around it. Vinyl's going to be kind of hard, but you could use it. You can use whatever you want. I'm going to use felt right here. Okay, make sure to change your thread to whatever color you want that detail to be, because that's going to stitch now. So it's going to tack this down, and I will come back and show you mine. Okay, that's what it looks like right there. I'm going to trim this later. There's no satin stitches or anything, so you don't need to trim it right now. I can trim that at the edge, at the end. I'm going to go ahead and stitch the next step. Step 5 is going to go ahead and stitch the happy, the word happy. I'm going to keep mine the same pink. You can pick whatever color you want. I'm going to stitch it. I'll come back and show you mine. There's the happy. The next thing, step 6, is going to stitch the word wine, which is going to be down here. So pick what color you want that to be and go ahead and stitch it. Okay, that's what we look like. The next step, step 7, is going to stitch the bat. So I'm going to change my thread and I will come back and show you what it looks like. That's what the bat looks like up there. Now the next one is the hollow, the word hollow right here. So change your thread and stitch that next step. That's step 8. Okay, this is what we look like so far. Now I'm going to go ahead and stitch the next step, which is the little cute wine glass right here. So pick what color you want and go ahead and stitch step 9. Okay guys, this is what we look like right here. Went ahead and stitched all those details. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim around this. Okay, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. I'm just going to trim all the way around this and I'll come back and show you mine. Okay guys, this is what it looks like right here. Okay, now in the tack down step, it showed that it did these little lines on the outside. You have this top line, but then this one's just a little bit lower. Okay, so we're going to place our next fabric along right below this line. Okay, these ones right here, not this one, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this. So you're gonna take the fabric, if you're using the one that has a different front from a back, okay, get that fabric. If you're using the one, let me show you, the one that's just folded over, I still didn't iron this. The one that's just folded over, okay, this one's not gonna matter as much. So if you're gonna place this one, just get your clean edge, go ahead and place it right below those two lines, okay, and then go ahead and stitch the next step, okay. I'm using this one right here, so you're gonna wanna take the right side. This is the back of your bag. This will be the liner. This one doesn't matter because both sides are the same. So you're gonna take the right side and you're gonna put it together like this, okay? So I'm gonna get that all straight, and then you're gonna place it below these two lines right here. Just like that. Make sure the front and the liner's all smooth. And you can see right here, I'm along those two lines. You can see, I'll pull this one up a little bit, it moved. You can see that you're not going over this top part right here. If you go over this top line, if this gets caught in there, then it's going to be closed and you won't be able to put a wine bottle or anything inside the bag. So make sure you're going along these bottom lines and none of your fabric goes above this line right here, okay? Now, once you have that done, go ahead and go over to your machine. The next step's just gonna go around this, tacking this down. So I'm gonna go do that. I'll come back and show you. Okay, this is what it looks like. It went ahead and tacked it down. You can see the holes right here. If your fabric got stitched into that, you're gonna wanna take this out and move it back down. Take out the stitches and move it back down because you need this opening, okay? So the next step you're gonna go ahead and do is take your other liner piece, right side up. If you have directional fabric, you're gonna go ahead and go like this. If you have never mind. This one makes a difference if you have directional fabric. This one doesn't, you have it placed the right way. But if you use directional fabric on this, one side would be the correct way, which you would want to put on the outside of your bag for sure. The other side would be the wrong direction. For example, if I used this, see how if I use this is directional. If you fold this over and you did this, the inside would be upside down. So when you are picking fabric, if you're just going to use one fabric and not do that stitch, make sure you're using fabric that's not really directional, unless it doesn't bother you that the inside is upside down. But on this bag, we actually did sew it together, so they are going the right way. So if you did have directional fabric, you would go this way, okay? Hopefully that helps. Okay, now just make sure you're past everything here, and then go ahead and go back to the machine and stitch the next step. I'll come back and show you what mine looks like. And again, right sides are together. Okay, this is what we look like. The top of your hoop, the underneath of your hoop. You can go ahead and take this off. Now we're done stitching. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and cut. You can see stitches on either side of here where the opening is. You're just gonna cut across so you can close this. Okay, and then you're just gonna cut all the way around. I kind of cut at a corner right here at the angles. Okay, get rid of that. I'm gonna cut across here, and then I'm gonna find my liner opening right there, and I'm gonna cut this excess off too. I'm gonna flip because you can see the stitches on this side. Make sure to cut straight up and down, not at an angle, else you'll cut into your fabric. Okay, now we're all trimmed up. Now you can go ahead and flip this. Okay, get all your corners out. go inside here. Don't press too hard. You don't want to go through your fabric, but get your corners out. Okay. Okay, so there's a stitch line on this side. Oh no, there's not. It's on this side. It's hard to see because mine's purple. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this fabric fuse. You can use whatever you want to close this hole. I'm going to go ahead and I just put it right over that stitch line. Straight across. Like that. Tear it, make sure that it adheres. Okay, and then I get this lined up how I want it to close this hole. Once you get it straight and lined up how you want it, okay, like that, then I just go ahead and peel this back a little bit at a time. And then you're just like sandwiching it together. Okay. And then I make sure that it's stuck together. Okay. You can see that it's straight. There's no opening anymore. It's not sticky. Okay, and then you turn through this hole right here. Okay, get your corners all the way out. Okay, then I would probably iron it really good. And I wanted to show you, I'll iron the front. It's a little wrinkly right there, okay? So here's what the detail in the front looks like. The front, the back, the inside, okay? I hope this helped you make this bag, and any of the other bags are made exactly the same way. The details might be a little different on the decorative part, but the construction of the bag would be the same. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Go ahead and post your questions here, or they'll probably get answered quicker over in the Park Around the Porch Facebook group. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you click the little bell link, it will notify you when a new tutorial gets loaded. Thank you so much. Have a great day.